How can I heal my marriage after I've cheated?
Well, everybody always wants to know, how can I heal my marriage after an infidelity? What do I do next? What's the clear next step to take? Well, the first thing that needs to happen in my book, and I learned this from working in an alcohol rehab program with my first clinical supervisor, is you have to get sober. You have to get sober from this other person. In the counseling office, if you would go see a counselor and your husband or your wife is still seeing the boyfriend or the girlfriend, you have to remember that the most powerful person in the office is invisible. Because all he has to do, all your husband has to do, or all your wife has to do, is when they walk out of the office, text the old girlfriend, text the boyfriend, and they're stone drunk. They're like whiskey drinkers that decided they'd get sober drinking beer. It doesn't work. It won't work. So you have to get sober from this person. You have to boot them out of your life, and then you can begin to repair the marriage. Now, if the husband or the wife won't leave their newfound partner, then I often ask them, I said, maybe you need to take a 90-day break so you can start thinking clearly. You don't have to say goodbye to the girlfriend or boyfriend forever. Just say goodbye for 90 days, work through this marriage. Otherwise, you're going to take the unfinished business from this marriage right on into your next relationship. And it's a terrible way to start a second marriage. That's why second marriages have higher divorce rates than first marriages do. So you have to work through and be very careful of working through it. First thing you're going to do, one of the issues in people's outcomes in this is, what kind of good history do you have? We know that for a marriage to survive infidelity, it has to have some good history. And that good history has to be contiguous or connected, and it has to be simultaneously rated good for both of you at the same time. It doesn't require a lot. In fact, there's some research out there that suggests if you would both rate 20% of your marital history at level 4 and 5 on a 1 to 5 scale, simultaneous and contiguous, you have better than a 90% chance of reporting high level satisfaction in this marriage 2 years after disclosure. Now, you have to do that work though. Then secondly, you're going to need to work through some of the changes that this affair has highlighted that are weaknesses in the marriage. And then you're going to have to work through some forgiveness. Forgiveness is a key here. Even people who aren't religious believe that forgiveness has to happen. And it happens like this. To the degree that you can forgive your spouse for this infidelity, to that degree you can start rebuilding respect in that spouse. And to the degree you start rebuilding respect in that spouse, you can start rebuilding trust. And to the degree you rebuild trust, you can rebuild love if you want to. So it goes forgiveness, respect, trust, and love. And if you try to do forgiveness too early or not thoroughly enough, you will never get to love again. Never.